I tested almost every Sunlu Esthetic filament type. Welcome to my Tech One 2 big filament testing video. This time the Sunlu gave me huge homework. I have here 3 technical filaments from them: ABS, Easy ABS and Easy PA or nylon, and all 3 in black colors, but they will be compared in a separate video. For this video I will test almost all their aesthetic filaments, almost, because only one is missing here, the twinkling PLA. This type is missing. They have it in 2 colors, and in our local store the black is available, but the blue unfortunately not. If the blue would be available, then I would buy it, because it would be great for the frozen type of the applications for my youngest daughter. Basically these boxes are sent to me by the Sunlu in exchange for the review, but I'm not paid to do these videos. Before I show these aesthetic filaments one by one, here you can see the table with recommended print temperatures, so I will not repeat them. These are informations from the spools. We have 2 ranges. One is for the slower printing and the other is for the faster printing, and here we can see the maximum speed, but also it is important, this will be my printing temperatures. And most of the printings I will do on Bambu Lab A1, some bigger printings on V400, and only in 2 cases I will use the X1C because it is equipped with hardened steel nozzle. Now, just to be clear with the numbers, 200 mm per second with 0.2 mm layer height and 0.4 mm nozzle, it is equivalent to 16 cubic millimeters per second flow. Now I will use the generic PLA settings in the Bambu Studio, which has the limit of 12 cubic millimeters per second, so we are in a safe range. PLA marble and 3D printing surface will have a real marble texture. PLA matte, and this one is in blue color, and it will have a real matte non-glossy finish, and this one arrived on the older type of the spool, which has bigger hole. This means it is not compatible with the AMS light. We have to use some kind of adapter here. PLA glow in dark. It absorbs the light and emits a luminous glow in low light conditions. Now I asked my marketing contact and they told me that it doesn't require the hardened steel nozzle, which I only believe if I see it on the website, so I would suggest to Sunlu to test this and to give this information on the website too. So in this case I will use the hardened steel nozzle just in case. Wood filament and printed surface will have a real wood texture. Now the color may slightly vary and depend on the print temperature, and it has between 15 and 20% real wood powder in it. Now I asked my marketing contact and they told me that 0.4 mm brass nozzle is enough. We don't need 0.6 mm nozzle, but just in case I will print this on X1 carbon until I don't see this information on the website too. Silk PLA Plus in black color, and it has a slight sheen or luster reminiscent of silk fabric. And usually these additives make a weaker layer adhesion, but I will test this too, even if it is not so important for figures, but I want to know the possibilities. Silk PLA dual colors. This means we have the color change on 2 sides of the cross section, and this one is pink on one side and gold on the other, and printed objects will have these 2 colors on 2 opposite sides. Silk PLA Plus, and this one have 3 colors in the cross section, the blue, green and purple, and theoretically the printed objects will change the color if we rotate it every 120 degrees. And here you can see the cross section of these 3 and dual color filaments. Silk PLA Plus Rainbow 03, and this one changes the color every 8 meters. This means that with this we have the color change along the layers, but for this we have to print some bigger objects, because it doesn't make sense to print a benchy which use only 4 meters. And this one arrived on the older type of the spool with bigger holes, so I have to use some ring adapter here. And this is PLA Rainbow 01, so not the silk version, and again we have the color change every 8 meters, and with this also I print some bigger objects too. What will I test? Well, these are aesthetic filaments. There is no need to do the detailed mechanical testing like I did with the PLA Plus 2.0 versus ASA. I will do this mechanical testing with these technical filaments. But here, well, I will do the layer adhesion test. I'm always curious about this property, and I will also print some hooks. And with this I will cover the mechanical testing part. And also with each filament I will print a Cali dragon to compare the surface quality. But there where it makes sense, I print some bigger objects too. For example, with these rainbow filaments, I want to see the color change along the z-axis. I can see new spools arrives in these resealable bags, but don't forget to cut it above the ceiling line. Marble PLA. Well, maybe it is better to show you the final result. In this case, we can see if there be any problems like stringing or similar, but this looks perfect. Marble PLA. Matte PLA. Silk PLA Plus in black color, Silk PLA Plus in dual color. Later I will show you how it looks like from each side, and here I use the ring adapter. Cute owl, just another test object. Silk PLA Plus, tricolor. Silk PLA Rainbow 03, but a real effect of this filament we can see only on some bigger object. And those bigger objects will be printed on FSM V400. PLA Rainbow without color change. It was very close to start with a yellow, but we will see some color changes on a bigger object. Next two groups will be printed on X1 carbon, glow in dark. Just another functional part from glow in dark filament. I hope it will glow better than the previous one, because that's all the daylight it gets. Wood PLA. Baby Groot, and it looks like it's already alive because it lifted one finger. Later I will show you again these additional objects. And now the layer adhesion test. These test objects have 2 walls and 20% infill, and I'm starting from the weakest to the strongest. And on screen you can see the average value, but on the left side you can very easily compare these data to other filament types. This is now the Silk PLA Plus in black color, Matte PLA in blue color, still Silk PLA in tricolor, Marble PLA, Wood PLA, surprisingly good adhesion, PLA glow in dark, very good, and the best, regular PLA. Big difference in the layer adhesion. I know that there will be a difference, but I thought it will be much smaller. For example, between two rainbow filaments the difference is 4 or 5 times. With that silk rainbow filament I just couldn't stop here because this is my youngest daughter's favorite color. So I reprinted these test objects on 230 degrees Celsius, but you can see the results on the screen. And now the hook test. And also I will have the same order from the weakest to the strongest. And you can see again the average value, and on the left side you can compare this data to other filament types. Wood PLA, Marble PLA, Rainbow 01, Silk PLA Plus tricolor, PLA glow in dark, Silk PLA Plus, and the strongest dual color Silk PLA Plus. Different break types. Some of them broke suddenly, some of them slowly, but this is a good example why I don't like weak layer adhesion, because it will make the part weaker along the XY axis too. And now let's take a closer look of those Cali dragons. Marble PLA, Matte PLA, Silk PLA Plus, Silk PLA Plus dual color, Silk PLA Plus tricolor, Silk PLA Plus Rainbow 03, PLA Rainbow 01, glow in dark, wood filament. And now let's take a closer look of those additional objects. So this is a cute owl from the printables, and from this side it is in golden color, and from this side in pink color. But don't forget that this is very nice only on side surfaces. A good example is this tricolor filament. As you can see, the top and bottom is not so nice, but side surfaces looks nice. And this is that rotating element on that rolling dice, similar to this one. This is Baby Groot from the wood filament, and it had some smell of the wood when it was warm, but now I don't have it anymore. And it looks like any brown filament, and to be honest I think it would be nicer if it would have some darker pigments like this Marble PLA. In that case it would look like more like wood instead of this wood powder. And now about the rainbow filaments. I already mentioned that they change color every 8 meters, so if you want to know how many transitions you will have in the printing, you can see the length of the printing and divide that number with the 8. and approximately we have the number of the transitions. Now I don't like that we don't have too much control about it, but for example, one of the solutions, if you don't have enough transitions and you want more, for example, you can print 2 at once, and in that case you will have something like this. So here I printed these 2 owls at once, and I have more transition compared to this one where I printed only one at a time. From the rainbow filament I also printed this box for these dominoes with the top cover, and as you can see that it had a lot of color changes at the beginning because for the bottom surfaces we need more material, but later those color changes reduced here, and actually we don't have too many control about this, but it looks interesting. And what am I doing with all these figures? I just place them here next to my office, and next day they are gone. With this I'm promoting my 3D printing courses between the students. I think the summary of the results is not so important for this video, but here it is one more time. For the end I have a few questions for you. With this kind of aesthetic filaments, what are you curious about? From mechanical testing, I will keep the layer adhesion because myself I'm very curious about it, but maybe the hook test is not really necessary here. I mean, what kind of objects you would like me to print with this kind of aesthetic filaments? I also have the information for the Sunlu about glow-in-dark and wood filament. Because, yes, my marketing contact told me that I can use the brass nozzle, but I would like to see this information officially on their website or in the datasheet. Because if my marketing contact gives me some incorrect information, it don't have any consequences. But if it is given officially, then it's more serious. This is easy to measure with some removable brass nozzle. Measure the length before the printing, and after printing the whole spool or 2, measure the length again, and if there is no measurable difference, in that case it is safe to use with these filaments too, and they can give this information in the datasheets too. I hope this will be done by the Sunlu in very near future. Until that, I'm waiting your suggestions about printings and about what to test with aesthetic filaments. Thank you for watching and happy printing!